I want you to imagine what would happen if I throw myself into a very hot spring in Iceland, or if I jump into an acid lake in the Yellowstone Park. What would happen if I bury myself in asphalt oil, or if suddenly there's no oxygen in the air around me? Okay, in the last case, I know what I'm gonna do in order to survive. But in any case, I'm gonna die. The same is not the case though for all organisms. There are some microbes that can survive conditions that are extreme for us. For example, very high pressure, too much radiation, or almost no water. And scientists all over the world try to find which are the organisms by detecting them in environments that have extreme conditions. And that works a bit like this. that works a bit like this. The scientists try to detect their genetic material, their DNA, into a pool of many DNA molecules. So let's imagine that we have an environment where conditions are not extreme. In this case, we can find a lot of microbes for sure. Now let's say that salt concentration increases. Some of them might not be able to survive anymore, and we won't be able to detect them anymore. Now let's imagine an environment where salt concentration is just too much. For example, the Dead Sea. In this case, most of them won't be able to survive and won't be detected anymore. Or maybe some new ones will now appear. Why is that? Because microbes need specific adaptations if they want to survive in such environments. Something like superpowers, and most of them do not have them. But it is important for us to find exactly the microbes that have these superpowers, because we can then study them further and we can put them into good use. For example, we can use them to clean up oil spills or to restore sites that are contaminated with heavy metals. We can also use them in the industry sectors in order to produce proteins that are stable under high temperatures or under high pressure conditions. And then we can use this in very hot or high pressure industrial processes like food processing and packaging. There are many other applications, but in general, by studying these organisms, we also learn more about the biology of life in general. And last, research on these organisms help us understand if the same microbes can survive also in extreme conditions that we find on other planets. For example, the very cold and dry places that we find on Mars. And even answer the question if similar life can be found in these other planets. What? What? No, you're not extreme enough. We cannot send you to Mars. I think you're drunk actually. Anyway, you shouldn't be able to talk.